Sports. Welcome to the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the Scarlet and Gray already rocking this house. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. The give to the back. At the 35, he's loose. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll throw it on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Singletary. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Sometimes you have to put it in a tight window, and sometimes the window is gargantuan, and it was there.
Yeah, that was one of them big old huge windows. And I tell you what, when you throw over the middle of the field, a lot of times quarterbacks are a little bit hesitant. When you're that open, it's easy to pull the trigger, easy to make the decision, make the read, get the ball to your receiver.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The give to the single back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players. We've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Goes to the option. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up of 6. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line, right?
Yeah, so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road, bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Coming after him. Slings it downfield. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go right back to the run. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for them.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Barrels ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
On second down, he'll let it fly. They're trying to get to him. Got his man downfield. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Hits the accelerator to the right. He's at the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well, it is virtually impossible to stop.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Looking to move it through the air. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. And the incompletion brings up a second down.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Defense in press coverage. Touch pass on the run. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Going up top on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On second down, he's looking downfield. He makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 14, Ohio State 7.
The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. He looks that one in nicely. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. This is a designed run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. And they'll send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the quarterback to run. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Number 20.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Ohio State 7.
He'll bring it out. It's Knight. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely.
That was a nice swat. Even Dikembe Mutombo would love to wave his finger side to side and say, no, no, no.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Little over anxious. Out of the stands early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Can they catch him? What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. On the option. Hard-hitting tackle.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got to play you practice.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
28, Ohio State, 7.
Coming out with it, it's Knight. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quick.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Buckeyes in the hurry up.
Now, 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Give to the running back. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
On to attempt the try. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
Ohio State.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Virginia Tech is in front. They've played awfully well today. And while there's no Michael Vick out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 10 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
1st and 10.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
He'll fire to his right. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He'll toss it. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here comes the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. They'll run the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Keeps the play going. Floating away. Uncorks one to the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. He's going to pass. Grabs it in the middle. On the move at the 30. All kinds of running room. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. And they want this defense spread out across the width of the field, 5 wide on 2nd and goal. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. Quarterback Steve trying to power his way ahead for a few. And they're able to get him down. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. They'll run the sneak for it. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
3rd and goal situations, these are so hard as a defense, so little room to be able to give an inch at all. And you know when he goes under center, there's a good chance quarterback sneaks coming, and the offense does it and successfully gets the touchdown.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Knight. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Wants to pass. Pressure. And the ball's free in the end zone. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And not much else could go wrong. Touchdown as they keep piling it on. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Knight. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over. First and 10.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Quarterback will audible. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The snap sets up the throw. It's complete to the left. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Takes the easy completion. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there.
Third down coming up.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On third down, going up top. Throws to the wideout. Fires the pass, intercepted. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He wants to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
49, Ohio State 10.
And the Longhorns will boot it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan.
And he's running in the open. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Now on the option. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down. Offense in the hurry up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. On the option. And they'll knock him down. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10.
With a big opportunity in the red zone.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He wants it all. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Here comes the two-point try.
Moves. Roll it, roll it. Yep. Now. Ready to go.
The option look. He gets it in there for the 2, and they'll chop a couple off that lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the 3rd quarter and get it back with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is...